Stay hydrated, kids. Hey guys, welcome to the Comfort Zone. So, the book of the week. Lost in a Book by Jennifer Donnelly. So I have to say before I get started, this is in no way a fan fiction. This book is based off of Disney's version of Beauty and the Beast, but it is not a fan fiction. So I came across this book at this cute little bookstore that I love going to. It's where I find the majority of my books, is at this cute little bookstore. And when I came across it, I was super stoked for the simple fact that it was because it was a Disney spin-off. And I'll admit, part of me was kind of skeptical when I got it for a couple of reasons. One, I'm not the biggest fan of Beauty and the Beast. I mean, overall, I'm a huge Disney fan. I'm a Disney nerd all the way, but Beauty and the Beast was never really my favorite Disney story. And then second, Jennifer Donnelly, I have a love-hate relationship with, because I loved this book, but I tried to read another saga that she'd written. It's called the Waterfire Saga, and I went through the first book and I wasn't feeling it. It was supposed to be, I'm guessing it was supposed to be a spin-off of The Little Mermaid, but I didn't get those vibes at all, and I wasn't a huge fan of it. I read the first book and didn't finish it. It just wasn't for me. And so when I found this and realized who it was written by, I was kind of iffy on wanting to read it, but it's Disney. I had to go for it. And it's beautiful. Like, the book itself is just really pretty. It's hard to see with the light. There you go. But it's just really pretty, and I was very intrigued, so I had to give it a shot, and I'm honestly glad I did. It's a cute story. So one of my favorite things about this book is that it still follows the storyline of Beauty and the Beast. You still have all of your favorite characters. You still have Belle, you have Beast, you have Mrs. Potts, Chip, Lumiere. You still have all of the characters that you love from the story, but it gives you a little bit more of a background story. It gives you a little bit of the behind the scenes, I guess you could say, of some of the situations that were going on in the story, but it also adds a completely different element. You still have the main story, but it kind of takes a step back, and it's in the background throughout the entire book. The main focus is on Belle and this new world that she has discovered. So the prologue to this story consists of two sisters, Love and Death. Now, Love and Death have a part to play in the curse on the Beast and all of his employees, if that's what you want to call them. So you're introduced to them, and you come to find that they have placed a bet on the relationship between Belle and the Beast. And of course, Love is in favor of them falling in love, Belle breaking the curse, and the story living happily ever after. And obviously, Death is in favor of them not falling in love and Beast and all of his friends staying cursed forever. And when they make this bet, they both promise that they won't intervene at all and that they will just let the story play out as it may be. Now, obviously, Death is not gonna let that go. She's not just gonna let it play out however she wants. She is going to intervene in any way humanly possible. So what she does is she has one of her minions sneak in this book into the Beast Castle. And the book is called Nevermore. Now, Nevermore is actually the realm in which Death resides, but in the book Nevermore, It is a absolutely beautiful place just outside of Paris. It's very green and lush and wildlife and Bambi and Thumper and beautiful houses and ball gowns, and like it's just this beautiful little fantasy world. And we all know Belle. Belle is a lover of books. So that's part of the reason why Death brought Nevermore to Belle in the form of a book, because she knew that that was going to be the best way to grab Belle's attention. So when Belle finds the book, and of course it's Disney, this book is magical. And so when she finds the book grows and it opens up and she's able to step into the book and into the world of Nevermore. So throughout the story, at least at the beginning, she is going back and forth between her life living in Beast Castle, and she's still developing this friendship with like Mrs. Potts and Lumiere and Chip and all of them, and then also her relationship with the Beast. That's all still going on, but she's also taking time to go to Nevermore. When in Nevermore, she meets the Countess, aka Death. Now, she obviously doesn't know that the Countess is Death. The Countess comes across as a very kind, very nice woman. She offers her food and drinks and gives her all these beautiful clothes and jewelry and gowns and just everything Belle could have ever wanted. Death, or the Countess, sorry, she introduces her to different places in Paris. She takes her to see shows and to all these magnificent places that Belle never thought she was going to be able to see. So obviously Belle is very intrigued by this place. It's a lot better than being trapped in this castle with this beast who is so horrible to her. Even though she has developed a friendship with some of the people there, she kind of has mixed feelings with the beast, Nevermore seems to be a better option. And now there is a way that Belle can stay in Nevermore forever. She's not aware of this. This is the Countess's, aka Death's, tricky way of trying to get her to stay there. So she has to leave something there that belongs to her, eat something from Nevermore, and then take something back with her that belonged in Nevermore. So throughout the entirety of the story, Death / the Countess is trying to manipulate her into doing these things. Obviously, getting her to eat something was extremely simple. That was one of the first things she did when she got to Nevermore, was eat something. So it's starting to seem that Belle is going to become permanently stuck in Nevermore. But Love is starting to realize that her sister is not holding up her end of the bargain, and so sporadically she shows up, tries to coerce Belle into not staying there, and she tries to sabotage some of Death's plans into getting Belle to stay there. But she has one more trick up her sleeve. She tells Belle that her father can be brought to Nevermore and they can live together forever. Of course, Belle is all excited about that idea because the reason that she went to the Beast Castle in the first place was to find her father. And then she sacrificed herself so her father could be free. And so the thought of being able to live in this beautiful place with her father forever is something that she really wants. Now, back home at Beast Castle, nobody knows what she's doing at this point. Nobody knows that she is going into this other world. They just think that she's hiding in the library, reading, doing her own thing. So nobody's aware of the real danger that Belle's in. But as time goes on, Belle kind of starts to realize some weird things are happening. A lot of stuff seems too good to be true. And so she remains skeptical, but she also has this addiction almost to going back and wanting to stay there. And every time she goes back, she is that much closer to permanently being in Nevermore. Every time she goes back, it's a little bit harder for her to get back to Beast Castle. Now, I don't want to get too much more into it. I don't want to give away the entire book, but it's definitely worth the read. Like, it's kind of cheesy. It's kind of predictable. Like, you can kind of guess what's going to happen and how it's going to end, obviously. I mean, it's a Disney story. It's still Beauty and the Beast in its entirety, so you can kind of guess how it ends. But it's still a really cute read. Like, if you love Disney like I do, it was an awesome thing to read. It made me happy. It's very nostalgic, but gave you kind of a darker twist on the original story. And Jennifer Donnelly, she did a really good job creating visuals throughout the story. Like, that's a big thing for me when I'm reading. I need to be able to visualize what is going on, to be able to see in my mind what they're seeing, picture this world and the house and the places that they go to and the animals and the colors and the food. I love being able to picture that, almost being able to see it and taste it. I love that when reading. And I feel like she did a pretty good job capturing that. It sounds like a beautiful place, Nevermore, and I mean, I can understand why Belle would want to stay there at first because it sounds almost too good to be true. So I give Jennifer Donnelly huge props for that. I think she did a really good job in the writing and the verbiage throughout the story. She also kept Belle's integrity and still honored the story of Beauty and the Beast by keeping the characters the same and not manipulating the story to the point that it's something completely different. I mean, it's still got a really good twist and it's very intriguing, it's interesting, it makes you want to keep reading to know what's going to happen, but it's still, at the end of the day, it's still Beauty and the Beast. But for me, my favorite part was bringing in the love and death aspect. It gave a whole nother depth to the curse behind Beast and his friends. Like, Death is one of those villains that you can't help but love throughout the book. Like, you obviously don't want her to succeed, but you also can't help but respect the effort that she put into this. And throughout the story, she seems genuine, and when it comes to the end, you can kind of figure out why she is the way she is, why she is death instead of love, and why she is manipulating the situation the way that she is. Like I keep saying, it adds just a whole nother layer to the story, and I liked that portion a lot about the book. So this book was really nice, easy read. It was a nice break from a lot of the books that I've been reading. Like, I've been reading a lot of horror and drama and murder mysteries, and as much as I love those books, like, those are my favorite kind of books, this was a nice break. It was, like I said, it's very nostalgic, it's very inspiring, it's very just, it's cute. I liked it a lot. It's definitely worth the read if you're just looking for a quick something to kind of just sit back and relax and read. This is definitely one of those books that I would highly recommend. It was cute, it was funny, it was adventurous, it got kind of creepy here and there, and it just, and I mean, I feel like this book is kind of an all ages book. I mean, I'm 26 years old and I got a lot of enjoyment out of reading this. And you could read to your child or your young adult or your teen can read. It's something that just about anybody can read, appreciate, love, respect, just everything. It's a really cute story. 10 out of 10 would recommend. I know I say that about basically every book I've done a review on so far, but I try to include books that I actually enjoy reading. I'll start doing some more reviews on books that I didn't necessarily enjoy, because there are quite a few actually that I did not enjoy reading, but that's not the point of this video. This point is all about Beauty and the Beast, lost in a book. Definitely recommend. And I actually saw this on Amazon. Like I said, I just came across this in a bookstore, but I saw it on Amazon. So if you really want to pick it up and read it, you can find it on Amazon. Definitely recommend it. Well, that is it, you guys. If you like this video, please hit that like button. And if you really like this video, go ahead and smash that subscribe button and turn on post notifications so you never miss a post. And don't forget to check out last week's video. I'll leave a link down in the description, and probably somewhere here on the screen I'll leave a link to that video. And I will see you guys here next time at the Comfort Zone. Bye.